It's Jeff Espenship with Target Leadership coming to you virtually from my cockpit to yours. I wish I could be there in person, standing up in front of you, eyeball to eyeball, meeting each of you, gripping and grinning, shaking hands like we normally do and would do. But y'all know the situation. It is what it is. It's still a little bit crazy out there, but I appreciate you having me. But before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, and I mean just a little bit, and why your company chose me to bring you this message. I think it's going to be an interesting message for you. It's not going to be long, about 20 minutes or less, and I think it's going to resonate with each of you, because it certainly resonates with me. It's something that I personally went through and experienced in my life. And it has to do with what I call the little things. And, you know, the little things matter. This is the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and Starship Enterprise all rolled into one. It's actually the cockpit of the Airbus A350. It's the airplane that I fly today. It's what I do for a living. I'm an airplane pilot. And basically, I have been flying airplanes my whole life. Basically, back when the Wright brothers started flying, that's when I got my start. I started at 14 years old. I soloed when I was 16. And then on my 17th birthday, I became a private pilot. Check that kid out, man. That was me at 17 years old. At that time, I was 5'11". With the hair, I was 6'3". And then when I turned 18, I got a haircut, went back to being 5'11". I got a really cool pair of Ray-Bans. I got a tank top, some booty shorts, and some flip-flops. And I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and became a banner tow pilot. And every time I see that picture, I think to myself, my God, somebody should call Colonel Sanders, because all the chicken got stolen off those legs. And you snag the banner from the ground and snatch it up in the air. So I did that for 4 years, and that skill set actually prepared me for my next job. When I graduated from college, I went in the Air Force, and I became an A-10 Warthog fighter pilot. I flew the A-10 for 3 years up at Eielson Air Force Base in Fairbanks, Alaska. I was a 4-ship flight leader. I was a combat search and rescue pilot. Think about it. Can you imagine being in your young 20s, being handed a set of keys to an A-10, and you get to go out and shoot this big gun? I mean, this gun shot these beauties, the 30mm bullet. Each bullet weighed 1.5 pounds. This is the end that came out of it. Each bullet traveled at 2 miles per second and hit with 500,000 foot-pounds of energy. We shot them at a rate of 70 per second, because I knew what I did on my end would certainly affect my buddy on his end. And I know that each of you understand that situation. By the way, that's me in the bottom left corner down there, looking all mavericky and everything. But that was a lot of fun. And that actually brings me to why we're here today. We're here to discuss why the little things matter in your work as well as mine. And then pretty soon we get busy as a rented mule. We're running around crazy as a dog in a hubcap factory, and the pressure's starting to mount on us. And that's when we might be tempted to do something errantly and unsafely. That's when our brain starts to shrink a little bit. I have personal experience of being under some pressure, taking a quick shortcut, not realizing that the shortcut I was taking, how it was influencing someone else to possibly take the same shortcut 6 months later, and it cost them their life. So I was feeling a little pressure on myself to hurry up. So my brother finishes packing everything up, and he goes around, he's going to pull that propeller blade through like he's always done to check for a hydraulic lock. Well, I yelled down to him from the cockpit, "Don't worry about it. Let's go. We got to get out of here before that storm hit." He kind of looks at me with a questioning attitude, which is a healthy thing to have in an organization. Hey, You see something that's not right, you speak up, you say something, I'll listen. That's what I see. As I was in a leadership position, I didn't really get what I was doing today, how it might influence his behavior tomorrow. I basically showed him how easy it was to break the rules and still live. I would hazard to guess that some of you in this meeting today have been around long enough to know what it's like to get a phone call like I got. You know what it's like to get a phone call and someone telling you that someone at work, a family member of yours, has been injured badly or even killed. And when you get that phone call, your whole world comes to a stop, because then the investigation has to start. For you guys, it's OSHA. For us, it's the NTSB. That's the investigative arm of the FAA, the law. And when they found that, the lead investigator got on the telephone with me, and he was asking me a lot of hard questions. And these are the kind of questions I don't want any of you to ever have to be on the other end of a telephone line having to answer. My mom took that picture. And my mom, she also took this picture. That's me standing over that mess. I'm actually looking at the back of the seat frame where my brother was last alive. And this older gentleman that I'm standing next to, that is my dad. So that's my challenge to you. Every day you go into work, and when you go home, understand that you do have the level and the power to influence those around you. You might not think that about yourself, but let me tell you, the reason you're a top company to work for, the reason you get those 5-star reviews, is because you are surrounded with people that look up to you. They like you. They trust you. They probably want to be like you one day and be in your position. And man, they will run through walls for you. They will absolutely work beyond the paycheck if they feel that's what you want them to do. How you make people feel and what they see you do, not say, but do. It's the old adage. Hats off, and we're going to put on our fun hat. I did say that there's a pot at the end of the rainbow. So here it is. Here comes the reveal. Here comes the pot at the end of the rainbow. I know you guys are looking at it going, Jeff, that's no pot of gold, man. That's a pot of crap. That's all that's been waiting for me at the end of 2020, pot of crap. Well, now hold on. Got to keep things in the right perspective. At the end of the day, each of us has a propeller blade that we have to pull through. And I encourage you, I inspire you. You grab that propeller blade and you pull it through every job, every time, for the rest of your life. I love all of you. It's been an honor and a privilege to be here from my cockpit to yours. Thank you for having me. Be safe.